Right, good evening, everybody. We've got Andrew and Faye Rowe, who are the top retailers in the last catalogue, and we're going to give some extra tips as well in a second. But first of all, they're going to give you some tips on the last catalogue, and then we're going to give you some tips for the future. So over to Andrew and Faye.
Hi, everyone. How is everyone? Yeah, really it's just a case of, we found, just looking after our customers. Obviously, you've got to go out and find your customers in the first place. We obviously had an established customer base from a previous network, but we have now been actively going out and trying to find new customers through blanket dropping. I'm also going to be making a real big inroads into doing the personal presentation, which I hold my hands up at the moment. We haven't been doing massively, but also the parties and things. I'm going to pass you over to Faye because we were involved in another party last night.
They passed that over quick, didn't they? That was just a friend that was every couple of years she says she does a craft evening, and her and her mum create crafts during the year, and she couldn't get to my last open house, and I think on the back of that she thought, oh well, I'll ask, do you want to come along to this? So I said, well yeah, because I'm planning another open house at our house next Saturday. So I was getting prepared for that, so I said yeah, that would be lovely. So we just went along. She let us, she put the table there, so I put the old, as you've hopefully seen from the picture, the Oriflame tablecloth out, and it was great. It was only her really friends and family, so there weren't a lot of people through. But having said that, we had we sold £60 of items off the table, and by that I mean things that we've accumulated as freebies from the 100 BP gifts. Everything on that table, there was nothing that I bought in specially as well. That's something to say. I didn't buy anything in specially for that party hoping to sell it. It was all stuff that was either had arrived that's now going out to customers, if it looked nice in a presentation box, or it's things we'd bought for Christmas gifts that will go on. And probably the only thing I had bought was a couple of the little soaps and hand creams, like £2.95 for the two or whatever. And they just went like that. Just put them in a nice bag with a bit of foily bits around, and they were just snapping those up. But for us, it's we've realised very much it's about getting the brand out there, because people kind of my age, 30ish, were recognise the brand. They'll say, oh yeah, I remember that. But then there were a lot of 20-somethings that came in and they've never heard of it. Yeah. It's like, well, I've heard of Avon, but I've never heard of Oriflame. So it's very much about getting the brand out there. And I know from some of the comments on the group, people have said, oh, I'm now inspired to do it, or I've been frightened to do it. I said, just start off small with your friends, get used to the products yourself, just have some fun with it. We've always been, whatever we're doing, about having fun with whatever we're doing, because if you don't have fun, that's going to come across. So just have the confidence in the fabulous products that we've got. Make the most of getting your 100 BP gifts at a cost of £4.50, because I'm selling stuff on last night at £10–15 that have effectively only cost me £4.50 in postage. So make sure you do that. And also the demo products that are available. We said this before, each catalogue for next month's catalogue. Make sure you benefit from those, because it's all extra things you can show, and the more you can show and let people sample, the sales will eventually roll in. The other thing was then we actually took orders on the night also of £75. So for us that was great. We were just sitting with our friends. She put food and drink on, so we came away £60 cash in our pocket from stuff we'd already got, £75 of orders, plus 3 people that are already in our retail area that said, yes, drop me a catalogue in future. So, and they bought on the night too. So all good fun.
Yeah, brilliant. And you were top skincare sales again as well. So you got the double trophy.
Thank you. Yeah, that's about. Hang on, let me get that.
Yeah, don't knock them all up.
Don't knock them all off. No, there we are. That's that one.
There's going to be, and there's the other one. There's going to be a new shelf coming very, very soon.
Yeah, there is. Yes.
I'm going to get Alan to make us a cabinet.
Yeah, he's a joiner. He'll know how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, unless there's a miracle in the last period, you'll win the top retailer of the year.
Oh, don't jinx it.
No, never say never, Gavin. You don't know what they're all doing out there at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you'll just keep pushing to make sure you.
We will. Don't worry.
He's got a tiny lead at the minute. Well, a little bit more than a tiny lead.
Yeah. Well, I think people have got a gist of the sort of people we are. We're very competitive. So
yeah.
I just want to say a shout out. You know, we're obviously doing what we're doing because we love doing it, and we obviously put the remarks and things on the social media on your Terrier group. We really, really appreciate all the positive responses back. It's fabulous. I mean, you know, we don't expect all of that, but if we are an inspiration to just one person, then that's the whole reason for doing what we do. So thanks for all the positive comments coming back.
Yeah, and can't wait to meet the guys in January because, you know, most of them we've never met before, and it's going to be great because, as I said yesterday, you know, we're just all part of one big team. Why are you laughing, Gavin?
Yeah. I'm just thinking because everybody, so before you wouldn't know people because they were just a telephone voice.
Yeah.
You know, but now you see them on Facebook or the little videos they do or Zooms or whatever. Yeah. So it's a completely, in the last couple of years, it's changed so much. You actually feel as though you know them because you've seen them online.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like sometimes you could go somewhere to meet somebody, you haven't got a clue what they're looking like.
No.
You know, they're just.
Unfortunately, you know what we look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows what everybody looks like. You can't hide unless you have dark glasses on and a hat or something.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So just before we finish, I'm going to be speaking. People will see this on Saturday because I'm going to do a Facebook Live in about an hour's time or something. But I'm going to be talking about Christmas and how to make the most of it. So a lot of new people might know the power of actually giving Christmas cards to your customers. And then if you can talk a little bit about that, and then the little slip that you just showed us before.
Okay. Yeah. Christmas cards, very, very early on, we've always given Christmas cards to our customers. And you might think, you know, writing 150 Christmas cards or 300, or I think some years we were writing up to 800 Christmas cards. And you might think that's a a lot of people might say, well, why do I want to spend all that money on a Christmas card? Well, we always found that sales in January and February were always higher than we expected. And I think that's because customers appreciated the fact we'd given them a Christmas card. And it just made them sort of have another look at the catalogue in probably a bit more in-depth than they would usually do. So it's definitely worth the investment. It's all about sort of spending to accumulate. Again, just going back to the BP gifts, why do I want to spend £4.50 on 6 orders when I could do it all in one? It's that spending money, just showing your customers that you appreciate them. You haven't got to write an essay in the Christmas card, you know, just kind regards or thanks for your custom, Faye and Andrew, or whatever it is. Obviously, you won't put Faye and Andrew in yours, clearly. But yeah.
Don't make that mistake.
And then the other thing we always do, we've always done from a very early time, is when you put your last catalogue through, we put this slip through. Okay. Now, Barney's do produce that slip. This is where we've got the slip from. That's where we've had them from. I'll just leave that up there. So yeah, obviously it's forward planning. So you need to be ordering those now. And you will know when you start dropping your last catalogues, make sure that slip is put inside. What it does, we found it frightens the customer in thinking, oh my God, Christmas is closer than I thought it was. And they'll realise that it's the last chance for them to get something. So make sure you put the slip in, write your Christmas card. That will set you up nicely for New Year.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but the next after 17 we'll have catalogue 1, which actually runs for 4 weeks instead of 3.
Ah, okay.
But in that catalogue is a sale catalogue. We'll always do a big sale catalogue with big reductions, which works really well. So I don't know if you want to reword some of your slips on the next one when you do the Christmas delivery to watch out for a sale catalogue coming.
Right. Okay.
So that's a little bit in the future. We've got another catalogue before we get into explaining all that, really. But
but thanks for that. Cool.
Yeah. No, great. Well done. So fantastic. So when you see this on the Facebook group, just give them a big like, and in the comments say a few words. and it's really exciting to see people fired up and growing and getting better and just growing with all the little tips and ideas that's coming along. So we're not going to stop. We're just going to improve on that. So as the ideas and the tips come up, they'll just be shared in the group, which is going to be better for everybody. So I'll just switch it off now. Just say bye to them, and I'll speak to you
guys. Thank you.